applause, round of applause, round of applause. Round of applause for you guys. Round of applause for you guys, to everybody tuning in, man. I want to thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do it all. Bad comments is cool. Um, Good comments is welcome. You know, let's keep this thing going. One thing about Lessons and Legacies, the convo, sation, is that we don't glorify none of this stuff. Everything we talk about is for entertainment, but at the same time, it's gonna be a message at the end of the day, because that's what I do. Because I learned my lesson, and I'm building a whole new legacy. So all this stuff is just convos. We just talking, kicking it back. But listen though, man, I got somebody with me today, man, that is not an interview. Because I consider this whole thing is not a podcast. I consider it a conversation. But I got this person with me today. Um, is my brother, man. And when I say my brother, I really say my brother. Like he don't do no talking, never did. He used to live that gangster life. It was tough for me to get him up here today. It was so tough for me to get him up here to even say anything, let alone to be on camera with this modern day stuff that's going on today. But he wanted me to make sure before I even put him on the camera that you have to understand that he's a changed man. You know, he did a lot of stuff in his life that he definitely he don't even like talking about, you know. But at the same time, he want everybody to know that like he really served the Lord. Like he served the Lord. Like he only texts me, bro, I love you. Bro, keep doing what you're doing. Bro, I had a family and I love you. But every single day he'll text, hey man, make sure you're praying. Make sure you stay prayed up. That's how I know it's like, yo, bro, really, really, like he really lived that stuff. Right. So I want to introduce, man, my brother, man, KB, man.
Yo, what's good, everybody?
so so listen, man. I did a whole lot of interviews and I always talk about my brother. Um, but first of all, let me tell you why I call him my brother, how I became my brother, and and how it all started. Well, we from Southgate, right? I got my base at arm t-shirt on today because when it say raised, we was definitely raised out base at arm. We was raised out base at arm, out every court, pulling all nighters. Like we probably stayed out there longer than a whole lot of people who lived out there. But we was born and everything out Southgate. You know, his grandma stayed down at the end from where my grandma stayed at, and me and him was cool, going to Premier Elementary, hanging out, and I had put in my book that his grandmother couldn't afford to raise him. That wasn't the point that I was even trying to get across, because bruh called me, right? But that's the thing with me and bruh. Bruh ain't gonna have a problem with nothing I'm doing, right? But if somebody say certain stuff and the whole nine on how certain stuff is, he'll call me, he'll just let me know, like, yo, you know what I mean? So I didn't mean it like his grandma didn't have no money, right? Because man, I remember she used to give us man, she used to give us all kind of money, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But what I meant by she didn't have enough money to raise them, because we was that age that's like maybe wanted things like you understand what I'm saying? Like my grandma didn't even have that, but at the same time, it was the thing of we knew with us together, we'll make it work. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna
Yep.
get into that. But so it was the thing of she couldn't raise a young man of his stature of actually coming up through junior high. You know what I'm saying? Um, so that's what I meant for the Boggs for the Boggs family. You know what I mean? Who so Boggs did check me on that. He pressed me on that. Because I could stand a straightener. But I'm gonna say this. When he came down there and his grandma was wanted him to because he started staying every night, in order for him to be there to catch the bus from the house and live with me, we had to get my grandma to go down there to get custody and my mother. So I had to even go down there because I was staying there. So my grandma had custody of me. So we grew up with my grandma having custody of both of us down there. So that's how we became brothers. So now, far as blood, no, we're not blood. But you can imagine us being 12, 13 years old, going through so much, that like we became brothers. From wearing like, I think I had like 2 pair of jeans, right? And I used to switch out with one. No, we switched out with both of them. So, but hold on, before I get into all that, Boggs,
Yeah.
let me ask you a question. What made you? I don't even remember how we met.
I was trying to think of that the other day. At the bus stop, I think.
At the bus stop.
Yeah.
At the bus stop. I know. I remember joking you. I remember joking you because you used to wear cologne, and I used to be like, "Yo, man, this dude got cologne on." Right? I was like, he got cologne on. Like we won't wear no cologne. You know what I mean? And he used to be like, no, but this is just so. Man, listen, this is crazy. Boggs told me the reason why he wear cologne. He said his dad made him put cologne on.
Oh yeah.
Because he said when you leave this house, you representing me.
Yes, sir.
I remember that. Rest in peace, your father, man. But but it probably was the bus stop.
It was.
And so he ended up coming and moving into my grandma's house. And I remember because my mother and my grandma, they used to get me, like the little things. But how we ended up getting the major clothes that we got was my Uncle Renee. And that's where we got the sheepskins from. I remember I had the brown one and you had the gray one.
Mm-hmm.
And it was different stuff that he used to give us, which made us going to school flies, I don't know what. I remember going to school with suits on.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought we was Miami Vice.
Miami Vice, yep.
And I remember walking. We ended up going to. Hold on, I'm sorry. I gotta take you back. Because everything is just going back to my head because I'm sitting there like before I even get to that right there. We used to get drunk before we used to go to school. This is
Fifth.
No, when we was drinking though, it was
junior
7th
high.
grade.
Yeah, it was junior high when we was drinking.
Yeah, we was 14. But if I take you back in elementary, the crime thing we was doing was at the skating rings, right? At the skating ring. Bro, he used to get me in so much trouble, bro. Bro, listen to me. At the skating rings, we had this thing going on as the kids them going around the skating ring, right? A lot of kids didn't use the lockers. They used to keep their purses up on the little aisle thing. So we'll be skating, right? And then we'll come off and we'll slide. And I'll go and stand right here, and then he'll be already sitting right there. As I slide right here, he'll be sitting there going through the purses and stuff. I'm talking about we used to kid him like that, bro. And I mean, Hey Good was, bro, it was crazy. But that was our lick. But once we got like in junior high, the whole lick was we used to sell the candy. So I was the candy man. I was the face of everything. But he was the one who was stealing the candy. So he used to go steal. So I used to get the orders. Right? And when I get the orders and stuff, and I write down the orders, And I come to him and I be like, Boggs, I need XYZ, XYZ. You know what I mean? And he'll go steal it. And that's how I fulfill everybody's orders. So we're making a lot of money like that, and I go ahead and break them off. But that was our lick in junior high. And that's how we end up getting our money. But when things turned though, it turned for my Uncle Renee ended up giving us clothes and stuff, and then we started to see certain things. And our introduction even to Uncle Renee, even paying attention to us, was him. Because he end up I ain't gonna say too much on that, but our other lick was selling guns, right? But it was a thing, we really weren't like selling guns, but he ended up coming across a lick on a pistol. And we saw the pistol, so he ended up bringing the pistol to me like, yo, I just got this junk. I'm like, yeah. For some reason, he always pop up somewhere, I just got this junk. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, cool. I don't ask no questions. So, but he knows whatever he's got, I'm going to get rid of it. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to figure it out. So he ended up bringing it to me. And I'm gonna tell y'all, he's not gonna talk too much unless I ask him a question. Ask him a question because he don't really want to be. But I'm gonna make him though. Watch this. So anyway, he ended up damn, what was I saying? See, oh man. So look, so I end up he gonna pay attention to that. So I love it. So I told you I'm gonna get him. So listen, so anyway, so he bring the pistol. So I'm like, yo, I said, man, only person I know I can take this to is Uncle Renee. I go to Uncle Renee and I go take it to him. And long story short, he ended up buying it. He ended up buying it from me. And I was like, yo, we gotta get some more. He was like, some more? Go ahead.
First of all, how did y'all gain enough trust to even think of doing these, these activities in the first place?
Well, I'm just gonna tell you right off top, I knew pretty much anything I gave to this dude, he was gonna get rid of it. So I'm just like, yo, get to him. Make the most sense.
But she's saying, why did you trust that you can even give it to me?
That was just in my heart. All in my heart.
All in his heart. But so anyway, so when I said to him, I'm like, yo, I need, saying he want some more. He was like, some more? Man, he pulled out like, bro, listen to me. He got an awesome. I'm like, yo, where you get up? I'm like, no, man, I don't want to know. So he like, yo, bro, listen to me. He said, listen to me. He said, I wouldn't even tell you even if you asked me. Because he would never, ever, like, he was the one who would always want to keep me out of trouble. Whatever even though I'm the oldest, whatever he did and all that, he gonna make sure, yo, I want to keep it from him. Yo, you don't got nothing to do with this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't gonna do that. You know what I mean? So he used to keep it from me. So when he bought them, and now it was a thing of me getting rid of him. But now he like, yo, I want to keep them. I want to keep some because I need these. So now I'm like, you need these? So I'm like, all right. But our number one rule was, yo, listen, we can't keep nothing on Southgate. You know what I mean? So we got to go put them wherever it is. But we're living on Southgate because we saw people cribs and stuff getting kicked in a lot. So we just said, yo, we just can't keep certain stuff on Southgate, but we got to keep one with us. I'm talking, it was so crazy because we used to hide them from like my grandma. Bro, I'm talking about, man, when I tell you, I come out, we used to sneak out the house, right? And grandma used to catch us, right? So I remember one time, this is crazy, I don't see if you remember this. One time, we coming out the back door. He got the pistol on him. Soon as we hit the door, she at the back door. Where y'all going? As she's talking, she's patting me down. Boggs, what I do with the gun when she's patting me down?
Just pass it around.
I passed that, I passed that junk to slid it to him while she's patting me down. While she patting him down, what you do, Boggs? He slid that junk back to me, and I got the junk. I'm telling you, it's crazy, bro. I'm getting chills just talking about the junk. That's how crazy it was. We used to have to sneak past my grandma with the pistol.
Yeah.
Because she's looking for the gun because she knows that, bro, y'all are wilding. Like, already, like, for instance, I'm going to get to some of the stories. All right, so even though he tried to keep me out of trouble, he used to get me in trouble. But I used to take it upon myself, right? One incident. We on Timmy Holloway. All right, so like I said, we on Southgate. So Southgate, across the street, is a basketball court, homemade basketball court by the Holloman. And we used to play on that court faithfully with the Holloman. The Holloman was some balling jokers. They made us good. You know what I mean? It's crazy because Timmy was so good that he ain't even play ball. Like for the school, he ain't play organized ball. I don't know if he went out and got cut. I mean, I don't know, but he was good. So, we used to practice on that zone. We used to play them play them hard. So that was the neighborhood for like Aragona. All the guys and stuff would come over. So it was these guys named across the street from us was, I can't think of their name, but it was this family and their kids who used to come over, they were some rough little dudes. Their name was Jasper and them. Jasper and them was like, you can tell that they was thumpers. I'm talking about, they was little cut up dudes. You know what I mean? They ain't played school ball. They was just some cut up little young boys. And they had some crazy uncles. One of the uncles had like one eye missing. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So the guy, one of the guys, I think it was Jasper, playing basketball. And as they playing, I see him and Boggs get into it. And I think Boggs punched him or he punched Boggs. What happened?
I punched him.
Why did you punch the boy, man?
I don't know.
Either you don't remember or you for real, you just punched him because you don't know.
I don't know.
I think he probably was D'ing your ass up. That's what he probably was doing.
Might been.
Or we probably was losing and ready to come back. I don't know. But that's why I used to get cut from the junior high junk because you play too rough. But anyway, Boggs ended up punching the boy. Once Boggs punched the boy and he squared up with Boggs, I jump in. So now he's looking at me and Boggs, so he already like, yo, I can't beat him too. Dude, take off. His family, where he stay is down the other end of Aragona Village. It's probably about 10 blocks up and to the left. Yep, exactly 10 blocks up to the left. Lavender Lane. You go up and you make a left. Boom. I take the ball. I throw the ball to Timmy. I grab balls. I said, come on. He's going to go run to go get his brothers and his uncles and all them. It's just me and Boggs. Mm-hmm. At the time now, nigga, we in the guns now. Nigga, we not gonna be fighting you. Y'all built and all big and they ain't fighting you. Even though we can fight. At the time, we was fighters. You know what I mean? But we was just, it was known to be gonna bank you though. You know what I mean? Like all that straight up fighting, we will, which I'm gonna get to that. It was the thing of we're going to really like bank you. You know what I mean? And or if it's two of you, we all just gonna fight and have it figured out. We're gonna figure it out. But now he started to. You got your phone on and everything?
Hey.
What, your wife?
This is his first time, remember?
Yeah, but he got to answer that, though.
No, I'm good.
Look, and he got my godly wife, because you already know how she do. Man, answer it, though, Boggs.
No.
Man, I don't want to get her in trouble and get me in trouble.
You ain't trouble nobody.
I'm telling you, she'll put it on Facebook quick, hey. I'm telling you. You understand? His wife is also my cousin. She's a McCoy.
Shout out to his support system.
Yeah, so that's why it seemed like when people like, hey, how is his brother and he married to his cousin? You know what I mean? It's just that we ain't blood. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we already went through that. So anyway, getting back to it, I tell Boggs, come on. Right? Because I know dude ran off to go get his peoples. I go to the crib, grab the gun. Boom. Now we start walking back because now I want to go meet them. So the whole time we walking, he's telling me, man, let me go get the gun. Let me hold the gun. Let me hold the gun.
Mhm.
I already know I don't want to give him the gun because he's going to kill somebody. I'm not giving him the gun. Y'all have to understand, I'm always out, bro. I was always a thinker. Like even though I know it's a dumb situation, me just having the gun and doing all that, I'm not even saying that. But I'm always a thinker of doing it, but how can I not do it? You know what I'm saying? Because I already know that was his thing. Once them guys would have came back right there, you know what I mean? He would have ended up going to go get the gun. And it was, ain't no more talking. I don't want it to end like that. Especially down on Southgate. We can't do all that in front of Southgate. Boom. We run. And as we getting closer, he still saying, man, let me get the gun, let me get the gun. As soon as we turn down Lavender Lane, 10 blocks up to the left. Exactly, dude, that shit crazy. I'm sorry for cussing. So listen, as we turn the corner, what we see, Bob?
They coming down the street.
About how many do you remember?
About 6 or 7.
About 6 or 7 And the reason why we can talk about this because I end up going to court for this. Yeah. So boom. I see them coming. So now I'm like, damn. There's no need to get closer and me get closer and then shoot one of them and kill one of them. It just don't, you know what I mean? Like, that don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how it's going to end. Somebody I'm going to have to end up probably shooting all of them. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be crazy. So I said, you know what? I pulled that joint out and I started shooting. Blah, 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 blah. I saw everybody ducking, dodging, doing all this and that. I turned. As soon as I turned, I see a white man mowing the lawn. He looking at me like, yo. Boom. When I look like that, I'm turning. Ain't nobody in the middle of the street. I see people running. People, I mean, it was crazy. Me and boss said, come on, boom. We take off. I run out Bayside on. That's why I run that.
10 blocks to the right?
No, I'm lying. I run the inner Southgate. I run the inner Southgate. Boom. I hand the gun off. We got to start using another word besides for that word because YouTube like to pistol, ratchet, whatever. But anyway, I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to kill nobody. I know I want to kill nobody. You know what I mean? So I'm not just shooting in the air. I'm not aiming straight at them. I'm like probably like you know what I mean, firing it up. You know what I'm saying? Like shooting ducks or some shit.
What?
Yeah. Because listen, I'm not a killer. But that's the whole thing.
But don't push me. But
yeah. And like, you know what I'm saying? But that's the whole thing of how my whole mindset is.
Right.
I just want to get out of it, but I also want them to know, yo, we ain't playing.
Right. But if you gave it to him.
Oh, I know to him, it will end up differently. You know what I mean? We're gonna have a whole nother case in the whole nine. You understand what I'm saying? So I'd rather take the, you know what I mean? I'd rather take the hit instead of even letting him even take the hit.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just blasting. I end up going to take the pistol and giving it to somebody out Southgate. And then I run out Bayside on. I run the Herb ski crib because I already knew. So my affiliate with Bayside on, my grandma's sister, rest in peace, Irma, live out Bayside on in the back court next to Herb, right? That's how me and Twan G are second cousins. My mama and his mama first cousins. But that's my great aunt. So we always out there. So that's where we was raised out Bayside on, like being out there, like, you know. So Herb stayed next door. So I already knew the first place that they're going to check is Aretha crib. They ain't gonna know I'm at her crib.
Mm-hmm.
So I run out there and calls come to me and say, yo, the police looking for you. So I'm like, police looking for me? How they looking for me? Like, how they know it's me? So he was like, man, I don't know. So I'm like, well, dang. I
This
said,
was
well,
in broad daylight, right?
yeah, it's in broad daylight.
Oh.
Yeah. So
4 o'clock.
it's this kid who was out there who I know he known for having a fake gun.
Oh.
And it's so crazy because I'm waiting up having him on the show. He ended up he's in prison right now doing 168 years. You know, his name is Jack. You know, Boo Bang. Man, hold your head, Boo Bang, man. But I'm gonna definitely interview him, you know. But anyway, he's out there. So I go to Jack and I said, yo, Jack, I need one of your fake guns. Cause his fake guns, I'm talking, he probably like 10. You know what I mean? Something crazy, you know what I mean? And he used to get fake guns. But they look real. So Jack, give me the fake gun. Boo Bang, give me the fake gun. So I take it. So I go home. So I had them come, you know, so I had my mom to come pick me up, whatever. And I turned myself in, the police at the crib. So now I'm sitting down and I tell them the story, you know, which, you know, I tell them the whole story or whatever. I'm like, yeah, this and that. I said, but this the gun I was shooting. And I bring out the fake gun. So the policeman, he grabbed the gun. He was like, oh, yeah. He was like, oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? So I got everything going smooth and we sitting there and my mama like this and she like, oh, I'm like, yeah, I wasn't trying to hurt nobody. I wouldn't carry no real gun. Like we ain't doing that in the whole 9. Look. Hey, are we down here where the real gun is?
Oh, no.
Bro.
As you were getting interviewed.
As I'm at my grandma's house. I'm at my grandma's in the living room. I'm telling them I'm bringing the gun to him and the whole 9. You know what I mean? So the man is sitting at my grandma's house waiting on me to get there to tell me, you know what I mean, for me to tell him, you know, my story. So, but as I'm telling him, I said, yo, no. I said, no, I got a fake gun, you know, and I'm coming to bring it to y'all. The junk come across the intercom and say, we down here where the real gun is. I'm like, what? I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he talking about. Man, they bring that gun down there, man. I'm looking at the junk. I'm like, So I think I know they gave me a misdemeanor. Ended up being a misdemeanor. I'm getting charged with shooting a gun in an acapella dwelling or something like that. You know, like I told them, I was shooting in the air. You know what I mean? They was gonna jump me. You know what I mean? I'm scared. So they're like, well, how they gonna jump you away from there? Like you was there. Like, you said the people, like, there was a lot of brothers and this and that. You know what I mean? I thought that it would be a one-on-one fight. Right. I thought him, my brother, they were gonna fight. But then I see it's 100 niggers. You know what I mean? They gonna jump us, and they big. You know what I mean? Nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, what we supposed to know? You know what I mean? So I end up getting the misdemeanor charge on that charge right there. But we grew up, like I said, so we grew up.
Did you learn your lesson after that? Or you was just like, okay, well, that was just one of many lessons of my life?
That was
one of many.
That was one of many. But like I said, at the time, I'm still trying to, I don't know, I can't say I'm trying to live on the up because, you know what I mean, I'm trying to just get money at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about looking good, right? And getting some money at all costs. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing that we'll get into that because I was about to say the only thing we didn't do, but we did. So, but I got to take you back just real quick before the guns and stuff. Really, you know, growing up, we used to have to fight. And we grew up being on Southgate. The guy who used to torment us, like, who used to really, like, rough us up and all that kind of stuff was Tony Cameron, the guy named Tony Cameron, you know, who used to, like, if you wanted to look at it, people would look at it like he was just picking on you and bullying and stuff like that. But it was the thing of he really believed in, yo, you from this area, you know, you from Southgate, You know what I mean? I'm gonna make you tough. I'm trying to make you tough. I ain't trying to, you know what I mean? So that's how you had to look at it. But then going out Bayside and growing up out Bayside we used to have to fight. And I remember when Boggs had came and started to be around, me as far as living with me and whatever. All the guys from Bayside Arms came around to my grandma to Southgate to jump Boggs in to initiate him.
Oh.
You remember that, Bob?
Yeah, but I don't think it's no initiation.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what was it?
I don't know. They didn't want to fight.
But that was the initiation because it was like you had to fight. You had to fight Greg. You had to fight the dude named Greg.
I wound up fighting him over Riri.
Oh,
it was something to do with her. He come over. That's why I had to whoop. You come to my house fighting about a girl.
Yeah, and y'all fought 1-on-1. Greg was built too.
Yeah,
but the thing was they didn't understand. Me and Boggs, we used to. It don't know like a mad aggression, but we used to fight each other. We used to wrestle. We used to dance. We used to practice. Like, it's me and him. You know what I mean? So we always figured, yo, bro, we gonna have to fight. You know what I'm saying? So we used to practice for that. You know what I'm saying? And Boggs worked them. I remember Boggs working while I was proud as I don't know what. You know what I'm saying? And end up, we got the whole thing of Bayside Arm had a reputation of guys them jumping. It's always say, we couldn't fight 1-on-1. We couldn't fight 1-on-1. And but little did people know it was certain ones. I can't say certain ones. I think everybody out Bayside could fight. Like it just is what it was. Even people you thought probably couldn't. It's just that because you grew up fighting, so you can fight. You know what I mean? Even the softest person from who we had thought was like Charles Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw, Charles Mitchell was going to fight. You know what I'm saying? Because we had to. So I remember one time we ended up going out Lake Edwards. You know, because we used to fight the neighborhood. Lake Edwards growing up. And just before Kevin Spicer came with the guns and we had guns. He's the first one I know, man, pulled out a gun, started shooting at us, and I remember bullets flying past our head. I was like, yo, this nigga got a gun. We supposed to be fighting. he changed the rules. That's the reason why Ball went and got them guns and stuff. Well, anyway, we goes out Lake Edwards, and it's this guy named Kobe. I remember Kobe Bernard. What's up, Kobe? Tall, big, black dude. When I tell you tall, big, black dude, oh, that's you? Oh, all right. So, boy, you gotta take the trash can out? So, Kobe was tall, black. I'm talking about like skinny kind of dude, but she was cut. And I don't know why, but Kobe wanted to fight me. I don't even know what it was for or whatever. But they egged it on to the point that it was like, you ain't gonna fight him 1-on-1, you ain't gonna fight him 1-on-1, you know what I mean? And I ain't gonna lie, I thought I was that like pretty boy, you know what I'm saying? I'm too cool to fight. Like I wasn't with all that fighting stuff for real, but you know what I mean? It is what it is. But at the same time, I also got an ego because when you calling me soft or you know what I'm saying, I'm like, man. So I tell everybody, I said, listen, yo, man, dude calling me out, man, y'all don't jump in this. I tell them, do not jump in this. And me and Kobe squared up, and I remember I hit him. And when I hit him, it's like the nigga, dude head didn't even like move with one of my blows because it was like when we used to practice, we used to think not the power was the thing, but it was the so I was real fast with the you know what I mean? Anybody could be fast with the you know what I mean? So I was real fast with the man, I hit dude with a man, that's Man, he looked at that and didn't move and came back with a haymaker. Woo!
A follow through.
Man, hit me with a follow through my whole head just like that. Ain't never been hit so hard, bro. I was so mad. I was like, yo.
Oh, shit.
You understand? So then my second blow came and I hit him. Boom. But when I hit him, it was a little more harder.
Dang.
But it wasn't as hard as how his hits was. So every time I hit him, he hit me. Right? But because of how hard he was hitting me, it was like, ooh. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody saying ooh on my hit. You know what I mean? But we hit each other the same amount of time. So I thought this was whoever get the most licks, whoever get the most licks wins the fight. You know what I'm saying? But so boom, I try to slam him. I go down for the scoop. I try to pick him up. Bro, listen to me. When I try to pick him up, man, this is gonna be so funny right now. When I try to pick him up, his legs just go up and down like that. You're not trying to pick you up like your daughter or somebody trying to pick, and they can't get you, and your legs going like that. That's how his legs were going. That nigga legs were going like this. I couldn't get him up, so I put him down. All of a sudden, whoop! I'm in the air.
Oh.
Ooh, nigga slammed me. The whole crowd said, ooh! Everybody out there, Lake Elwood guys, Lake Elwood girls. It wasn't nobody from Bayside, but us and about 6 of us.
You wish they jumped in then, huh?
No.
No,
I didn't. We got up. As soon as we got up, boom, I hit him again. Bow! When I hit him, somebody say, hey, the policeman coming. He looked around to go look for the policeman. I see him again, I hit him again. Boom! I got him a good one down there. But when I hit him that time, I was so happy. It still didn't overcome the slam, though. You know what I mean? But people, though, and it's crazy because I don't lie about, when I say I don't lie about nothing. You know what I'm saying? When I hit him, I felt good about that, but I already knew that because when I came up from the slam, I had a tear coming down my eye because I couldn't believe. I'm like, yo, right? And when I hit him, and his whole head turned, ain't heard no ooh, ain't heard nothing, right? Ain't heard none of that. And it was a good blow. It was a good ass blow. Right? But Pete, why I ain't heard nothing? Cause I turned around, all them niggas gone. Everybody gone. Cause they said the police, ain't nobody see my blow. Ain't nobody see my blow. Policeman grabbed me, put me in the car. I go all the way home. They take me home. I get home. Another time, my grandma there. You know, my grandma there. So, you know, there's another little, you know, they ain't charged me with nothing or whatever. But, you know. So, first thing I see Boggs, he there. Boggs talking on something. Man, that was a good one, man. But, man, I told niggas, no, that's what he said. Man, you wouldn't let me jump in. You told me, so don't jump in, man. The whole nine, man. So, boss, I'm going to ask you. How you feel when I was getting my ass kicked? Or how did you feel? Hold on. How did you feel? How did the fight go?
It really didn't look like you getting your ass kicked. But
I mean, be truthful, though. Like, yeah. I don't do that.
That was the only fight that you had that I ain't jump in.
Yeah, that's true.
Only fight.
Huh?
That was the only fight.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay.
But how did you feel, though?
I wasn't in the feeling mood. I wasn't in the feeling mood.
But you was mad, though? But was you like, damn?
Yeah. I was pissed when I heard it.
You on there?
Yeah. I mean, when I heard it, he hit you and all that. Yeah. I got away. I heard the police was coming, so
so anyway, we get to school. So now as we get to school, they already know about it. Mm. They take us to the office, and Kobe sitting there, I'm sitting there, and Kobe will tell you, the first thing Kobe said to me, he say, man, that was a good hit, right? He acknowledged my last hit. But a man could acknowledge the hit when he know he kicked your ass. You know what I mean? Or he probably felt like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how he felt. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, I always wondered that. Kobe, hey, man, hit me on Facebook. Let me know. Because I want to know, how did you feel did you feel like you kicked my ass, or did you feel like you're a good fight? Like, I do want to know. My daughters want to know, cause I told my daughters this story. That's the only fight that I lost, and it's like that. Like, really, I'm glad I can talk about it. But anyway, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, man, I need some closure in that though, man. Like, how did you feel? Did I do good? Like, you know what I mean? Cause I always thought that you really like kicked my ass, man. So I went and trained real hard. But I can't fight now. But listen, so we end up going through that. But as time went on and we started dealing with the guns, you know, it was a time period of us watching my uncles and everybody, and my uncle John, Uncle Cookie, and my uncle Dwight. They also, went to prison. It wasn't fair time, but prison is prison. From selling drugs. My mama, sold drugs, and um, the whole family. And it was a time when we used to see drugs on a plate with the straw and all that, knowing that we knew that there was sniffing powder or whatever. Um,
People around you were sniffing powder, or people?
my uncles and my mom and all them.
Okay.
Because like in the under the couch and stuff, they had like plates of residue, but it would just be the scrawl. Sometimes it won't be the scrawl, and so we used to find that kind of stuff or whatever. But it was a time period, like I say in a lot of my interviews. When I did start doing interviews, I always talk about my brother, KB, and how he ended up bringing some drugs to me from stealing out my uncle's closet. Um, and that's how I basically got introduced to it. But before we get into that, Boggs, I want to ask you, man, what made you? Well, I already know how you is. You always go look, you just looking for stuff, right? But what made you even want to go in the closet to find the drugs? But not only that, to even though you bring me everything, so was it a thing of you're getting it and like testing my temperature on saying, "Hey, what you want to do with this?" and figure, yo, I tell you to put it back, or
It was partially that, but I wasn't looking for the dope when I found it.
what you looking for?
I don't know, but I know I wasn't looking for no dope, but I found it.
So when you saw it, what did you knew what it was?
Yeah,
How?
I'm saying it before.
You seen it before?
Yeah,
All right. So what was your intentions when you brought it to me? Like, was it your intentions to saying, "Hey, yo, man, you want to use this?"
You go sell it, and let's get the money. That was my goal. That was my goal.
Okay, so now let me go ahead and take you back real quick. I'm going to take you back before you start searching for that. It was the time right after the guns, and it was the candy, it was the guns, and then we end up moving on to selling weed. That was our thing. But before I get all to the selling the smoke and the drugs and all that, I'm gonna take you back to before the money, before I was even making money, and when you got them guns and stuff, and the other things that um we did before that, and our mentality of robbing. Um, so I'm gonna step back real quick, and I'm gonna talk about I'm gonna talk about one of them, and only one of them in particular, because I was a I was a part of it. Um, I mentioned it in the book. The guy He even hit me and was like on some like I like to. So my whole thing is it wasn't even think of me even bragging on me robbing this dude, right? But it's still one of them. No. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, yes, I'm odd. Yeah, you open the door. And he was calling me too.
You said bragging. It
Yeah.
wasn't.
You. I heard it, and I'm recording, so they just know that you just walked up and all that and the whole nine. Man, we got some good stuff going on here, baby.
Yes, we do.
Hello.
Ain't nothing.
Can you get my drink?
See, that's how I go here at the convo, man. You don't know who liable to pop up. Like I said, we just vibing, man, sitting back. So where I was at was I'm getting back into before we started even thinking about really making the money and all that, and after us selling the guns and and that it was into robbing. That really won't never my thing. Just like I said, when I went into the other stuff, it was more so of a thing of uh de-escalating the problem. Anytime it came to any kind of um something that can cause somebody to be hurt or going to prison. Um Mhm. so so end up we ended up so in one particular time with this robbery that I went on, and the reason why I say I can talk about it because I did put it in the book, and the guy who actually it was involving, he ended up hitting me when I put it in the book, not even knowing that it really was me who actually um was there, but I needed some closure on it because that's how much stuff that I did in the past that I knew it wasn't me. Um and it's only right for him to still be mad, because I was there. But at the same time, it's like how many times can you say sorry? You know what I mean? Like, man, I said it, I'm glad you didn't get hurt. I mean, I don't know, but once you hear this story, in which now I'm gonna verbally say it, um, y'all will understand because it could have ended way worse than what it was. So anyway, I don't know how and why. I know I was there only because of I was gonna be the driver. And him and the only reason why I can name this other guy because, um he's no longer with us. Rest in peace, B Boggs. I'm gonna say his nickname. Man, B Boggs was a good guy. He grew up with us. It's just that B Boggs love hard. If he your man, he your man. If he feel that you a bully or you trying to take advantage of somebody and all that, B Boggs on your ass. Um, but B Boggs also came from that crew, and like I'm not even saying or trying to justify anything that he did and all that, but he also came from that crew of straight like those guys. And but Boggs, so let me ask you this, man. Mine is crazy because I had to explain, who Boggs is today, and I told him how Boggs, how he is now. You know what I mean? So he don't really talk that much. And he don't understand what I had to do to even get Boggs here. You know what I mean? To even be talking about this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But Boggs, let me ask you, what made you? Because I'm pretty sure that wasn't your only robbery, and I ain't gonna get into all that. You know what I mean? But what made you not only let me even be there, or was it a thing I probably bought myself for knowing that you were ready to do it, and I wanted to make sure that you was gonna be safe? But what? Why the hell I was there, and what made you even start even like robbing somebody, taking something from somebody? Because like we ain't really like come from that. But I can also say though, everything that we did from when we talked about selling the candy, you stole the candy. When we talk about um, when I was shooting the gun and stuff, you used to steal the gun. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
like, is that your like? Was that your thing of like? I don't want to. You rather me go hustle for it, and you don't want to hustle for it, or what was it? Because and the only reason why I say that, not to even put you on the spot, the only reason why I say that because, and they ain't gonna get into the stories of it. But bro, you used to bring me work and everything. And I'm talking about they bring me like bricks, crazy. And I'm saying like, yo, he'll tell me, yo, don't ask no questions, just give me such and such. So was it a thing that you felt like, man, you know what? I ain't gonna do no hustling and all that stuff. I'd rather just to get the money easy. Like, what was your mind? What was your mind frame back then?
Just I got my brother, I can give him anything. He gonna get rid of it. So I felt like I can get anything. Get to you, get rid of it.
But why would you go take that from somebody else though? Instead of going hustling like I was doing, right? Because you know, like you wouldn't hustle. You know what I mean?
No.
Man, I give you word. Like it was times that I even probably, you know, just to see. You know, times
Yeah.
I just get to you. But it was times that you know when you didn't bring nothing. I just remember you used to bring stuff. So I just give you something. And I'd be like, man, give me such and such. You already know you ain't bringing me nothing back. But what I'm saying is, what made you start robbing? Like it was just
Just a feeling. Just a feeling.
Like, what was going on in your life that
Everything.
you know
Everything was
transpired
going on in
into
my
that?
life, but it's just a feeling I got. Just a feeling. Robbing people give you a feeling. Give you a feeling.
Did it become like an addiction, and so to
Yes.
speak?
Yeah. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. So before I could go into this story, so now with me going on this mission, I don't know which. First, let me tell you which one.
Yeah, because I ain't know which one you talking about.
So I'm gonna start telling the story, and then you'll know. So him and me both come and get me, and I'm already like, yo. So they're like, yo, we need you to drive. So that's one reason they want me to drive. I'm like, all right, cool. Why they need me to drive, I don't know. Cause I'm already like, damn, like, what we rock like I knew what they was doing, but like I said, I never asked no questions. And this my like actually it was my first one. It was my first one, and it wasn't my last one, but it was my first one, but I knew I wasn't built for it. You know what I mean? But I think it was probably the next 2 or 3 actually when I like said, no, I'm gonna get some money and leaving that part of the game alone. But I'm gonna tell you the feeling that I had, because that's not my feeling. Robbing somebody wasn't my feeling. Me getting a stack, me getting some bread, getting that bread is that's my you know what I mean? That you know what I'm saying? Like so they come and get me, and I'm looking at them and they're like, yo, we need you to drive. So I'm like, all right, cool. So there's one thing about it. I don't fear them. You know what I mean? Because I know that they love me. You know what I'm saying? There's one thing about even with B Boggs, like we used to live together. And I know he loved me to death. You know. But when I got in that car, it just felt like we need you to drive. I'm like, you need me to drive? So I'm like, yo, I don't like the feeling. I only like they tone, how they be talking. You know what I'm saying? So so they like, yo, you got your gun? I'm like, man, come on, man. Like, but they already know I got my gun. You know what I'm saying? They want to rob nobody. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, all right. Then this their favorite thing. All right, here. Do me a mask. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what do you think trying to pop my cherry? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know I end up stealing. I end up stealing with him. You know what I mean? Like, I remember end up getting, bro.
Yo.
I'm sorry. When we used to steal, and I started to really learn how to steal, and we was in Zales, and we was stealing, I think, Nintendo cartridges or something, one of the Atari jumps, whatever. And I got caught. Or tall dude chased me. You remember that? Did he catch me?
Yeah.
He caught me too, didn't he?
Yeah.
I got that. But anyway, they come pick me up, throw me the mask. We ride. So I'm like, man, what's going on? So they said, yo, we're going to go get somebody, but we just need you to drive. So I said, so I need a mask. Right? So they said, cause we don't know how it's gonna really like play out or whatever. So we need you to come with us, but you know what I'm saying? But and then you're just gonna do the mask on because this and this. I'm like, all right, cool. But at the same time, I'm thinking, I'm like, man, what he got me into? He ain't saying nothing. He ain't, you know what I mean? He letting B-Bowes talk. He just sitting back. And I'm like, yo, this dude weird. Like, all right, get there. The day park. Then we walking. As we
With
walking.
the mask on?
No, we don't got the mask on.
Okay.
We walking. And I'm sitting there walking. I'm walking behind them. Walking behind them, we walking. Man, we walked about a good 10 minutes. We walked about 10 minutes. Get there. We in some bushes. Sitting in some bushes. They were sitting in some bushes. Now we're sitting in some bushes. They say, they put their masks on. So I'm like, damn, I put my mask on. It seemed like all my story, I end up in bushes. This is crazy. But this time, I'm sitting in the bush, bro.
Oh.
I'm farting. Man, I'm farting. I'm trying to hold that joint, trying not to shit on myself. Bro, I'm saying like, man, I don't believe this right here, man. Because all I'm thinking is I'm with two dudes, right? That I know at any time, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? And they're not telling me much. I don't know who coming out this door. I don't know anything at all. When I say anything at all, anything at all. I'm in some bushes, but I know that. But I know that I can't even say that, man. I don't know. I just know my stomach, I'm on the verge of it coming out. You know what I mean? And they sitting in the bushes, and then I hear the both say, all right, they're coming out.
Were the guns drawn already? Did everybody have a gun, or was it just you?
I wasn't looking at them. Now listen, I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. When he says coming out, it's like I'm sitting there and I'm farting, but it's also like I'm watching a movie. You understand what I'm saying? So when they say, when they say he coming out, it was like I'm waiting to see who coming out. Like I'm forgetting that I'm even robbing the person. I'm like, I'm sitting there like, yo, who coming? Like that's how you know I'm not a robber. That's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know why I'm even there. Like why y'all even got me there? You know what I'm saying? Like 50 years later, this dude's still mad with me. And bro, I didn't even know it was you. You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy thing about it. Like I'm dead ass. So anyway, they come out. Two dudes come out. One of the dudes come out first, other dude behind them. The first dude come, when he come, he see, it's so funny because I see him and B-Bowes pop out. And when they pop out, I'm telling you, it's like a movie. I see them pop out. I'm forgetting that supposed to pop out. So they pop out, and I'm like, oh shit. So I pop out, and I see the dude look, and he say, oh shit. Oh no, I'm lying. The first dude who right here, he comes out, and the dude in back of him, he sees it, and he say, oh shit, and push the other dude, push him, and turns back around to run back into the house, and shut the door. Left his man out there. They go to him, then they own him. Now me, I'm like, yo, it's so crazy, man. If I didn't have the gun in my hand, I literally would have went and said, my fault. I literally would have went and said, hey man, guys, y'all break it up. I'm telling you, I would have said, y'all break it up, bro. I'm telling you. But I sit there and I go run and I get in between everybody with my gun drawn. And I already knew the next thing was that they're ready to go in the house to go get the other dude. He wasn't gonna be safe. They was going in the house. They were gonna get in the house. They were getting in the house. I run up. You get nervous with me telling this story? Oh, you can't get in trouble.
I don't get in trouble. I don't get nervous no way.
I know. So anyway, run up. I take the money out of his pocket. It's probably about, I don't even know at the time. It's, but it's a knot. Take it. I say, I got him. I got him. Come on. I got him. Come on. I got him. Time to go. That's me de-escalating the situation.
All day.
Come on. We finish here. We done. I was a fast joker. I get to running. I'm looking back. I don't see them now. I'm still gone. I get all the way to the car. Get to the car and turn back around. They ain't behind me. I got the money in my pocket. I'm like, oh, damn. I'm counting the money. I'm like, man, I'm sure that. Man, I know they're coming, man. Oh, they're coming. Count the money. Yeah, they're coming. About, I don't even know how much it was. Probably about $3,000. Something crazy, something dumb. Man, niggas still ain't. Like, man, I'm gonna ride past there just to see what's going on. As soon as I'm ready to get in the car, I see some headlights coming at me. And I look at the headlights. So now I'm drawing my gun out. I'm like, yo, I know these niggas ain't get caught. I see the niggas, they're like, yo. I'm like, yo, it's them. Yo, drive the car. What? Drive what? Okay, listen. Look. Okay, look. Bro, hold on. This right here, this is y'all money. Here go the keys. Keys right here. Here go the keys. I'm gone.
He bowed out.
Gone.
Respectfully.
Me, I'm gone. I walk back to Southgate, all the way back to Southgate. I wasn't built for that. I don't do that. I wasn't built for it. I'm telling you, it just wasn't me. I didn't ask no questions after that. I'm not even gonna ask him a question right now after that. But I'm just letting you know that this was not me. I wasn't on that. So again, I'm gonna tell you, bro, that's not about, man, listen. Be mad with him. but he, like I'm saying, man, like, that was a day of time, man, when we was all going through it, man. Like, I'm pretty sure even that guy, you did a lot of things that you regret doing. You know what I mean? I guarantee you hurt a lot of hearts. You hurt somebody. Like, I'm pretty sure you did that. And I'm pretty sure that the person who you probably hurt, they probably forgave you. So, we ain't about that now. You know what I mean? So, I'm just telling you again, bro, I'm sorry. All I was trying to do, I was there, so I'm not gonna justify not being there, but I will justify I didn't know it was you, but if it would have turned crazy, you know what I mean, I was still there, so I apologize for that. But going back to you, Boggs, when it was a time that you knew that I was just strictly about money, right? And going back to being out Bay Salam and us being on the corner, hustling, and I remember it was the time you told me, even when we was young, you was even like, yo, bro, like, yo, we got the same work. Why everybody coming to you and not everybody else? You remember you telling me that?
Let's get rid of it.
You need to make that a t-shirt.
Take mine too. Take mine, get rid of it too. That's all it was. I can see that too.
Hey, but do you remember? Hold on, but hold on. Let me go back to, like I was saying. So when we did start making money, and I thought we was going on the up. We had started to sell smoke, and I remember you coming again, and you coming with a couple pounds. I mean, this guy didn't just come and say, "Oh man, I have a O," you know what I mean, or I got a, you know what I mean. He come with a couple pounds. I don't know. I'm like, okay, well, what I'm gonna do with this here? And I remember calling calling Fets and all them, and but I ended up calling my main man. I ended up calling my main man Bang, and you know, which was which was another real one. Like, you know, my guy, love to death, and he pretty much, you know, showed me that lane, you know, because that was his lane at the time, you know, from being where he was at, you know, with all the white folks and all that stuff, and he pretty much showed me that lane, and we had started to do that, and but at that same time, Boggs ended up coming to bring me some work out my uncle closet. And in all my interviews, you know, like I said, I always talk how Boggs bought me that. And I feel like if he would have never bought me that, ain't no telling what would have happened. So you said you went in the closet and you weren't looking for that, and you end up getting that work.
Yeah, found a few balls. I think about five or six. Yeah.
And did you keep some of it, or did you bring me all of it?
I brought you all that I took.
Okay.
No need for me to keep it.
Okay. So so I go down there to Cam, and I let Cam, you know, end up cooking it up. And as time went on, I ended up starting to actually roll around with Cam, me, Cam, and Tight. Um and during this time you was still rolling, you was rolling around with B Boggs. And but my whole thing is this right here, right? And I want to just ask you, what made you from all the stuff that you did, you know, and during that time that I ended up going to prison, where where were you at in your life when I was going through all that? Like when you found out that everybody was getting picked up and stuff, because you know, because I know people want to know that, and I was even asked that even about how many times I speak or whatever happened to your brother, you know, why he wasn't, you know, why he wasn't indicted in that or whatever. But for one, I would tell somebody, you ain't never you ain't never sell no drugs. You ain't never sell no drugs. You just took it. You just took it. But listen though, hold on. I remember going to Freaknik. We used to go to Freaknik all the way back, right? I used to drive around. I don't even mean to keep jumping around here, right?
Go ahead.
But I do have to say this. And it's about another situation that I got to go back, because I know, you know, people from Virginia is going to see this at least. You know what I mean? As my channel grow, um, it'll get there. And I don't really like to really say certain people names because y'all don't know them anyway. Um, but when I got certain stuff on my heart, I just got to say it. And it's about Robin, because you know, even though it was a time and period when I used to do that, um, it was this time when and the whole reason why I can say it now, because I end up not finding out, but I figured that this is the case, and I don't know if this guy even ended up finding out. But it was this guy who I used to deal with, and his name is I ain't gonna say his government name, but a lot of people know him by the name of SR. Um, me and the guy used to deal, and you know, he's made me some change. You know, cool dude. My mom and his girlfriend at the time, they used to deal. That's how I ended up even coming across him and doing it, even though I knew of him. And one time I'm ready to go out of town. And my cousin, Tony Cameron, ended up coming home. And when he came home, rest in peace, Tony Cameron, too. Like I said, he also passed, too. So, that's the reason why I'm telling the story. He ended up coming home. And when he came home, I'm giving him, so like when people came home and stuff, I used to not only bless them with work, I'll also give them the work, but also give them people. Yo, you can take him, you can take that person, you can take that person. You know what I mean? Because my whole thing is I was trying to get out of the whole thing of dealing with everybody. You know what I mean? So, that's how I did. And I go out of town, dude SI called me, and he was buying something and getting fronted something. I remember like it was yesterday. He was getting only a Nina Ross, right? And I send Cameron over there. By the time I got back in the whole nine, I'm hearing about dreads came in the house, put guns and stuff to people, babies, and all kind of crazy stuff like that. And my name affiliated with it. Man, you don't understand how hurt I was, man. Like that stuff, it'd be stuff like that that still haunt me, you know what I mean? On stuff that I did not do. I had nothing to do with it at all. Now you can imagine stuff that I did do is crazy, but now stuff that I didn't do, and then you got to walk around people and the dude looking all crazy like, you know what I'm saying? Like you didn't rock, you know what I mean? So I'm just telling you, bro, man, I had nothing to do with that. Done nothing about it, didn't get no money from it, and plus, why am I gonna rob somebody for making me money? That is like, this is not me. But anyway, where's I going? Yeah, I had jumped off. Yeah, because it was just on my heart just to say that, you know what I mean? Just at the time, you know what I mean? I actually jumped to that. But it was something with two Boggs. So where was you at? That's where I was going. Where was you at during the time when I was getting picked up and all that? Because you weren't indicted. You had nothing to do with it. Like I don't even know you was around. Like
No, I had moved to North Carolina.
You moved to North Carolina?
Yeah.
Where?
I was in North Carolina.
Where?
Gatesville.
Oh.
Yeah, I was in Gatesville.
Was you robbing down there? What was you doing?
Living.
Huh?
Living. Trying to turn my life around.
Oh, so that's when you started your transition?
Yep.
What made you change your life around?
Jesus. Because I ain't want to.
But, so what, just one day you just woke up and it was on your heart to say, man, I don't want to ride with nobody no more.
My wife.
But with your wife?
Yep. She pushed it.
She pushed it, huh?
Yep. Yep.
Do you ever think about, do you ever think about your past? Like I said, I know it's, like I said, I had to pull teeth to even get you up here right now, and you're gonna say, limited things, but do you ever just sit and just like have regrets over and all that, or have,
Yeah.
or
Of course, I got regrets. I gave them up already.
Get them up already because you're just living just a free, good life.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's stuff I used to do. It's funny right now, but don't mean nothing.
Mean nothing, right?
Nope.
What would you tell your younger self today?
I tell my younger self to not just listen to your parents, but listen, pay attention to everything. Not just your parents, pay attention to him. Pay attention to him. Pay attention to everything and everybody. And it'll come together for you. Yep.
What's something that you would tell your brother back in the day that you would like to tell him today?
Get the gun. Yeah. No,
he got me crying on camera.
I know he had my back. That's the only dude I know had my back.
Always little nigga. But yeah, man. I don't know if I can go on after that real quick.
What about you? What would you like to tell Your younger, older brother. So sweet.
One thing that I couldn't tell him back then. One thing that I'm proud of the man you is right now.
Thank you, bro.
You know.
Would you have done it all over again?
Done what?
Everything that you've been through so far, would you have changed anything, or would you have done anything different, or like
Um,
would you not took that work, or would you have not like
I can't honestly say that I wouldn't have took it. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Do I regret taking it? No, no, because that's what I seen, and it was I'm gonna be honest. It was always a competition thing. Always been a competition thing. Always. You let somebody else tell it different. Nah, I want to outdo you. I want to be better than you. I want to look better than you. I want to have more money than you. I want to have more girls than you. I'm gonna be flyer than you. Whatever I wanted to be that. That's just how I always approach it. So every day was gonna get me there. That's what I wanted. And that's what I was gonna do. I wanted the easier. I'm gonna tell you honestly, I wanted it easy. Like that's the reason why I sold drugs and I got it, and I got addicted to the drugs and the money because it came easy. Because it came with getting back to even saying with him when we was out on the corner and stuff, right? So even with like right now, it's all about promotion. It's all about um like when we was on the corner, I was already sitting back thinking how I can be better than everybody else on the corner, right? How I can sell, how I can outsell them. What can I come up with? What schemes I can come up with that they're not even gonna pay attention to what they doing? They're only gonna come and mess with me. So that's why he look. We got the same work. Why they coming to you and not me? Because I'm gonna sacrifice my money for them to come out and only deal with me.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get them 2 for 20. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take. But while they trying to chinch off a 20, and they're trying to make $20. They're trying to make $30 off of 20, right? I want to give you 2 20s. So you can come back to me. So you make it seem like I'm taking a loss, but no, I'm getting the customer. Mm-hmm. Right? When I realized and I saw what I liked and who I liked to deal with, I saw guys in them, like I speak about guys in them coming back with rental cars, got the bras them in the cars, looking fly. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I want to deal with that guy because I want to be him. I want to look like him. So I'm like, he got that work on him. He got that good work. You know what I mean? His work probably garbage, but I know from the eye looking in, dude fly. He got that good work, so I want to go deal with him. So now I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, cool. So I know I need to get a car. I need to get me some jewelry. I need to get it so to get people to want to come and just deal with me the same way I'm looking at that guy. Mm-hmm. That's just how my mind always thought as far as marketing. And so that's what I did to actually come and actually get off the corner. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But then my mind always been with business. You know, like it was a thing of sacrifices from even from my man Paul. He used to and with most guys on the corner, they used to make all the money and then go get the most expensive Jordans and then come on back and just re-up again to go ahead and make the money to actually spend it. You know what I mean? It was a time period that I knew that I'm like, no, I can sacrifice. I'm on the corner. Like, who I'm going to look good for? I'm only going to go get the Jordan when we going to go somewhere. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I was saving my money and I was able to jump out the corner before these guys. You know what I mean? And with the violence, you know what I mean? Like I said, I never ever, like we said, I never promoted that. So when I did finally hop off the corner, it was in my mind to always try to block and show, yo, I need a job. I need to try to disguise this. You know what I mean? So I saw hustlers like Lily Lamb, coming up. He used to work at like the 7-Elevens. You know what I mean? He used to disguise, like when you look, you wouldn't think of him being no drug dealer. So that's how I knew. I'm like, all right, so I know that's how you got to do it. You know what I mean? But the thing that only one thing that I did through life that I do regret, and I'm gonna say it, and that's I was so big on looking up to the Renees and the Tremaine Hollimans and the Lords and all them guys like that. I didn't look at my father, which was my stepfather, right? Who was going to work every day, clocking in, telling us, hey, I'm making a salary. I'm gonna retire. Like, this is what you gotta do. All that stuff is coming full circle now. You know what I'm saying? So I idolized the wrong thing coming up. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to, put everything together now and stuff with my trucking business and all that to think about retirement. You know what I'm saying? So, he been thinking about that then. You know what I mean? So that's one thing that I would even tell somebody younger than me, the thing that them are the things that you need to worry about. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was, man, we grew up real, like, I remember when I got my first car, it was a stick shift and I couldn't even drive a stick shift. And we had to I bought it for $100. Remember the Thunderbird?
Thunderbird wasn't no stick.
It wasn't no stick.
Nope.
But what the Thunderbird was? Well, what was the problem with the Thunderbird?
Old. It was old.
No, it was something we used to do with the Thunderbird, Boggs.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you what we should do.
I help you drive.
No.
Steer the wheel.
No, because everybody who drive, we had to turn it real hard because the power steering. You put the power steering fluid in it, it runs straight out.
Yep.
So we have to turn, like, you know what I'm saying? But I remember one time, some car was a stick shift we had, and we both could. It's like we both couldn't do the clutch and which car at the same time. So whoever driving, you'll have to do that, and I have to. You know what I mean? And that's how we used to go to girls' house. You know what I mean? We got a stick shift, and I'm doing the clutch, and he doing the feet. Or I remember I used to be like, man, no, I got to drive. You know what I mean? We pull up to girls, I want to drive. So I'm driving, but I ain't know how to do the car. So I'm like 1, 2, 3. All right, boss, go. Go. You remember that?
Yep. Yep. That's the car I had when you got locked up.
I got locked up? When? What you got locked up for?
Teenage, I think, when you got locked up at the hotel.
Oh.
Yeah, and I had it. I was staying with my mama.
I did get locked up. I didn't even tell that story.
Yeah.
Oh.
Travel law. Boy, that's why I got you here.
Yeah.
That's why I got him here. That's why I got him here, G.
Yeah.
Travel
Lodge.
Yep.
Right here on Bonnie Road.
Bonnie Road.
Yikes.
Right here behind Bonnie Road. I remember. Me and this guy, I'm gonna say his name, Jay. Because a lot of people don't want you to say their name and all that, so I ain't even going. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna play with that. You know what I'm saying? But he my guy. I love him to death. You know what I'm saying? A childhood friend. Like I learned a lot from him. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, he was one of them guys who wanted to fight you and beat you up and all that stuff, but at the same time, he just wanted to make sure that you was ready for when you go out there, and he wanted to make sure that you gonna have his back and you ain't gonna be soft with it. You know what I mean? Like, he was one of them ones. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. Everybody got that shit with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I would say, that was my guy. And he the first one that I saw from my generation, right? I ain't talking about the older boys, because the older guys in them, they get to it. But out of like my generation, he like a little teeny bit younger than me. But he was that guy who I saw watching his brother, who was cool as shit. I used to see him on the corner doing that and all when I'm out Bayside. You know what I mean? So he was the one who really said, yo, this right here what we doing. You know what I mean? So me and him end up clicking up. And I remember we went up to Travel Lodge, and it was some guys in them and girls who was selling like soap products and like cologne or something like that. And they was going out each day making money, making $200, $300, $400 a day. And they coming back to the hotel and they smoking it all up. So we was running back and forth, making plucks, back and forth, driving up there, going back out Bayside. But they coming so fast now, they like, yo, y'all need to come up here and just sit still. So I said, all right, Jay, we gonna go on up there. We check in the room. We got two girls with us. I only want to say the girl's name. They from out Bayside. But you gotta remember, we ain't 21 yet either. You know what I mean? But they were younger, right? But the one girl who wanted me, she was, I want to say like 17 probably. Might have been even 16. And she wanted me. I told her, no. Yeah, no. Because you know why? I'm up there making that bread. Plus on top of that, girl, you're too young. Like, you gotta understand, like, when I say I'm about money, I was about that change. I'm not gonna jeopardize even doing that for this bread. You know what I mean? So she ended up getting mad. Her and the other girl end up leaving. Right? So I wasn't paying attention, none of that. You know what I mean? And he smashed the other junk. You know what I mean? She was old. Like I said, well, none of us 21. He ended up smashing the other junk. And they mad. They leave. I'm sitting back. We smoking a blunt. And I tell him, I say, bro, I got a funny feeling, man. I don't trust them girls. Well, I really want to say the other girl, but the other chick, I was like, yo, I don't trust, like, I just felt something. So he like, what? So I'm like, yes. So I say, I'm going to take the work and I'm going to put it in the car. He like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to put it in the car. I go take mine, I go put it in the car. I come back. As soon as I come back, not even 10 minutes later, we get a knock at the door. I grabbed the blunt from him.